The average Australian family will be at least $600 better off under the coalition, according to Tony Abbott. The opposition leader outlined around $5 billion in spending cuts in his budget speech last night.
With his family there for support, Tony Abbott was about to return the favour to families across the country. Under pressure to spell out his economic blueprint, what he'd spend and where he'd save, finally it was time for answers.
Tonight, I want to directly address you, the Australian people.
And there was one big surprise. As promised, he'll cut the carbon tax, but not, as repeatedly promised, its package of compensation, including a higher tax-free threshold and increased pensions, allowances and family payments.
No one's personal tax will go up and no one's fortnightly pension or benefit will go down. Your weekly and fortnightly budgets will be under less pressure.
It'll cost $4 billion. Some of the savings will come from public service cuts and deferring the increased compulsory superannuation contribution.
These measures alone will produce nearly $5 billion a year in savings, which is more than enough for tax cuts without a carbon tax.
He won't rule out sticking with Labor's $43 billion in savings, including scrapping the baby bonus, but he won't go ahead with the Gonski reforms.
Thanks to Labor's poor management over 5 years, there is now a budget emergency. By keeping, if needed, all Labor's budget cuts, we will achieve the first duty of every government, namely to preserve the nation's finances.
Tony Abbott also promised a white paper on tax reform. What he hasn't promised yet is a time frame for bringing the budget back into surplus. Lane Calcutt, 9 News.